Good morning, and thank you for tuning in. Rose Ward, stampersdelight.com. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. Hop on, say hi, let me know where you're watching from. I know I'm a few minutes early today. Better than late, right? So just a couple of reminders. You can find that mug and other stamping apparel on my stampersdelightshop.com. We also have a new scrapbooking mug, sweatshirt, and t-shirt, so go ahead and check that out. Also, for the month of February, my online Fun Fold class is with the hot air balloon suite, and also you can do an add-on class with the ice cream swirls. All the links will be below when I am done with this video. So again, hop on, say hi, let me know where you're watching from, and if it's your first time watching. Hi, Liz. Hi, Fiola Full. I'm not sure what your name is because it's coming up with your email. Hi, Dee. How are you? All right. I'm going to flip the camera, and we're going to get started. Hey, Maureen. Thank you for watching. So for today's Fun Fold, I'm going to be using the Nature's Sweetness, and that's on page 41 of the mini catalog. Don't forget it's celebration time. Don't forget to use these as ideas for your cards. Okay, so let me just show you a few cards with that suite first. This is one, in case you missed it. I didn't do a video on it, but this was my One Sheet Wonder Wednesday. And what I did with that sheet was I just cut them down to 4 by 5 1/4. And then the middle strip I used for these pieces here. And I went in with the Stylish Shapes, which look like that. And I cut the centers out with those dies. And then I popped them right back in there with dimensionals. So a couple of cute cards here for the One Sheet Wonder Wednesday. All my cards from today will be on my blog later today. You can also sign up for my free newsletter. Again, the links will be below. And I will be adding a free tutorial for the card that we're going to do. So you have time to sign up for that free newsletter. The next one I did was this one. And these dies right here, let me just show you, are from the Everyday Details. I haven't played with this set yet. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Mary Ellen. So I used the dies from this set, Everyday Detail, for the center of that. So you can see how I did that one. And this one, this was actually an oops, but I figured I'd use it and put it in the center. I love this set because it gives you that vintage look. The next one I did was the same idea, but I used those the Stylish dies, and I put a piece of vellum back there, and I used Pebble Path, and the other colors I used was the Pecan Pie and Misty Moonlight. So you can see you can leave that blank and use it for whatever you want to write in there. Another one that I did was using those beautiful dies that go to those. The suite has 2 sets and also 2 sets of dies. Inka, I'm glad. Oh, she's from the Netherlands. She finally caught me live again. I'm glad you're here. And then here's another one. What I really do like about this set is you can cut those images out in the gold foil. And you can also color those, but I just love the gold foil without the color, but you can add. Thank you, Pam. Yes, definitely share my videos. Tell all your friends to watch me. This is the cord that comes with it, the fake leather trim. I can't really tie a bow with that. To me, it's too bulky, but I love the gold in there, and I found ways to use that. So again, all these cards will be on my blog later. So for the Fun Fold, what you're going to need is a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 for your base. Then we're going to bring in a piece of that beautiful Designer Series paper. I might have one cut. Let's see. Let's grab this one. Yeah, we're going to use this one. I'm going to grab my deckled circle dies. And mine are a mess. I'm sorry. So we don't want the largest one. What I do is I put these in order, and then I put a number on them so I remember, like, this is 1, and then we're gonna do, this should be 2. So they go inside each other like this. Like I said, mine are a mess because I use them so much. I'm gonna grab the next to the largest. So the next to the largest, we're going to use that one. Put these away. If you're wondering what this is my glass mat. And right now you can get the Glass Mat Studio, the glass mat, the chamois, and also this silicone mat that keeps your pieces together. It kind of sticks to your mat. So you can get that free when you join Stampin' Up! And my team during celebration. I'm just going to put that over there for now. So what I need to do is cut out that large circle. Now, of course, that's too large, so I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer. It's not going to go through my die cutting machine. So I am going to just cut a piece here. Probably 6 inches. Yeah. Let's do 6 inches. I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine. And I am going to cut out a big circle here. There we go. Put that off to the side. Still getting used to sitting and doing these videos. Okay, there we go with that. I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer again. Frozen Oregon. I can imagine we're going to get some more snow here today. That's the other side. And I want the writing going this way. So I try to measure this a little bit. This is like 5 1/2. The easiest way to get the middle for me is I just give it a little pinch. Now I kind of, now I kind of know where the middle is, and I want to slice that right in half. And then I want to add a little edge to that. So I'm going to go in here, which is about 1/4 inch. And I'm going to just score that. So I just have this little fold here. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And score that. Bring in my bone folder. Just give that a little score line there. Now this is a very thin piece. The next piece I have is, I'm sorry, this, I gave you the wrong information on this one. This is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. This piece is going to layer right on there, so that is 4 by 5 1/4. For this one, I want these pieces right here. So it's a gatefold card, but using the Designer Series paper. So these pieces are going to go just like that. So what I'm going to do, because it's a very thin strip, I usually use my Stampin' Seal, but I'm going to go ahead and use liquid glue. This is my Sweet Petunia glue press. I love this. I used to hate liquid glue until I started using this, and it comes with 1 bottle full of glue and then an empty one so you can put your liquid glue in there. And I am just going to go right down both of these with some liquid glue. Trust me, I am not, it comes in a stand too, so you can do that. Since I've got this, I really do use liquid glue a lot. Now I want to make sure I have them the right way. So, yep, this one goes over here. All right, so I'm going to take this, and I am going to lay that right in there. You can see it folds this way. Take this one and do the same thing. Whoop. Okay, my hands are shaking here. And put that one back. Now, actually, you can stamp first, but I wanted to see where I was stamping, so I'm going to bring in my pecan pie. Hi, Margaret. Hi, hey, Jean. Hey, Monica. There's my roomie for Houston. And I am also going to bring in, let's see, do I have a piece of blotter paper in this mess? Yes, I do. I'm going to use a piece of blotter paper under here. Now you can see I have a little bit of overhang, but that's fine because you don't see it when it's closed. I'm going to bring in some of these stamps. I love this one. So you can stamp it before you put that down. But the thing I like about this is no matter how you do it, it's going to come out beautiful. I'm going to grab another stamp. This one I'm actually going to stamp off, stamp right on top of there, stamp off, and right on top of there. I love the vintage look. Then I'm going to grab this one, full strength, and just stamp that. Okay, so that's the inside of my card. You love this idea? Yeah, I love this too. I got this in a leader swap, and I apologize. If you go back to my video that shows the leader swap, the idea came from another demonstrator, and I do have her name on there. So this is going to layer down right on top of that. Quick, easy, fun fold today. Now I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal, and I am going to layer that right on top here. What I like to do is put this in a grid mark, and then I can line it up better, usually. There we go. There's your card. Hi, Cindy. Okay, now the next thing we need is a belly band. So I'm going to bring in my pecan pie. Now these plastic pieces I have in 12 by 12 and also 8.5 by 11. I get these from Stampin' Storage, and they're great to keep your pieces in. So I need a long piece, so I'm going to take a full sheet. Move that out of the way. And you can cut your belly band to any size you want. I do 1.5 inches here. That's too wide. I'm going to do 1 1/4 by 11. There's my belly band. And then I'm going to bring in some coordinating paper. So let's see, which one do I want to use? Let's see, I want this one. I'm going to bring in this piece right here. Now remember, it's going to be going that way. Actually, this paper works either way. I'm going to do this at 1 inch. Let me move that out of the way. 1 inch. Do I want it that way or do I want it this way? I'll do it this way. So I'm going to go in with 1 inch. And of course I need this by 11. You can cut individual pieces. I find it easier doing the whole thing together. Oh, good. Thank you, Cindy. Cindy just said she shared my video. Oh, now I like that piece too. I don't know. Which one do you think I should use? Could do it that way. Well, let's take a look. Oh, I just love the gold. I'm going to go in here and I am going to add some Stamp and Seal all the way down. And I'm going to do another one all the way down, making sure I get the ends nice and sticky. I love anything with the foil. And I'm going to put that right up here, right in the center. There we go. Now for the belly band, I don't necessarily measure. What I do is I put it in the middle and I flap it over. And you could use a smaller one, but I like using a larger belly band so you have more room to glue and it stays down. So I just flap it over like that. I take my bone folder and I give it a good burnishing. Now if you wanted to check where I scored it, it would be about 3.5 and 8. But again, that's approximate. I'm going to give this a good scoring. Oh, Gail, thank you for sharing my videos. Okay. I'm going to lay that back in there for a minute, just so I can get this right. I'm going to add some more Stamp and Seal. You can use tear tape too, something that really will hold. And lay that belly band right over there. And then you just want to make sure that it slides. So we're going to be done with that for a second. I'm going to bring in this paper right here, the Designer Series paper that goes with it. And you can see that you have images that you can cut out with the dies. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to trim off this one. And I think I'm going to trim off this one. This one also has a coordinating die. And of course with the gold foil you can color these in if you want. But I really do like the way they look, just the way they are. Already lost my stamp set under here. Let me grab my dies here. Okay, so with the Lovely and Sweet, I'm going to grab this die and this one. Bringing in my die cutting machine again. Oh, thanks, Karen. Yes, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. But all those little things help move my video up so people can see me. So I appreciate your help, and I need your help for doing that. So go ahead and do that. So I'm going to lay this die right here. I'm going to grab, do I have a Post-it note? I have one Post-it note here. Let's grab that one. I'm going to layer that, add that Post-it note if it's sticky enough. That was to another card, but I'm going to cut that out. This is the Nature's Sweetness, which is Lovely and Sweet, and also Lovely and Sweet and Notes of Nature bundle. That's on page 41 of the catalog. There's one. Let's grab this one. I think I got that without the Post-it note. Sometimes I do better without the Post-it notes. Depends on the day. Good morning, Janelle. How are you? And we'll do that one. Now, while I have this in here, I also want the other die from the Notes of Nature. and that is the little tag. So I have a piece of scrap white here from last week's video. I'm gonna just clean that, make sure that's clean. Grab one of those. Nature's Sweetness. That is the sweet that I am using. And I'm putting my dies over here on that silicone paper so I don't lose them. Okay. So I'm gonna bring this in now. The one thing I like to do is leave it on here so I know where I'm gluing these down. So this one I'm gonna do flat. So I'm just gonna add a little glue right here. Hides that where I put that belly band. This one is going to go right here. You don't want it over too far, but I'm going to use dimensionals with that. I'm going to add just one dimensional for now. Put that right there. Just going to move it because it's not going to, there we go. There, just like that. Okay, then what I'm gonna do is, here is the sentiment, which is gonna go right here. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little stamping on this. And I'm gonna grab just a little note to say hello in full strength. And then I'm going to grab one of the stamps that have the images on them. I guess I'll grab this one. I'm going to ink that. I'm going to stamp that off twice. And then I'm just going to add a little bit to that. Maybe just a little bit right here. There we go. So it also gives that a little vintage look. This is going to go right here. I'm actually going to put dimensionals on each side of this. I guess that dimensional wants to go right there, so we'll leave it. Grab my take your pick tool. Actually, I'm going to put another one on there first. So I'm going to put 3 on there. I'm going to take this one, the middle one, off. I'm going to grab some of that faux leather. Going to snip a little piece off here, and I'm going to add that right there, but I want to go in the right way. I'm going to take that off and do it the other side. Then I'm going to take those dimensionals off. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, Denise. And I'm going to add this right in the center there. So now I'm going to press it down so it doesn't pop up. There is the front of my card with the belly band. And then you would take it off and open it up. And of course I left it blank so you can write your own message in there. So let's put that back in there for a second. And then I'm going to add the gems, which are those cork circles. I'm going to take a small one. If you watch me, you know I always like to have one on the sentiment. Take a larger one, add that there. Maybe another smaller one over here. So there I have my sentiment. I'm going to bring in my envelope and look for that piece. Let's see, there's my leftover piece. Now this piece, even though the wording is going the opposite way, I don't care. It's an envelope, but it's going to look pretty anyway. And this is my method of madness here. It helps me with these extra pieces I always have left over. So I'm just going to trim that off. thank you. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, it's so quick and easy, right? So there I have a matching envelope. I'm going to put something on the front here. Let's grab this little guy. And there I have a beautiful fun fold with the matching envelope. Now let me show you, whoop, knocking over everything, the other one that I did with the pebbled path. So there's one. Now this one I only put the one flower on, but you can see the coordinating paper. And this is the pebbled path. So here's another one. Yes, the envelope, doing that on the envelope, it just saves me so much time cleaning up because I use all my pieces that I have left over. This one I didn't do an envelope for, did I? Oh, yes, I did. Here it is. This envelope that goes with that one, I just stamped. Nathan, how are you? I hope to see you in Houston, Nathan. Hi, Deb, Carol, Kay, thank you for joining. So that's the fun fold. So I wanted to try something else here. So what I'm going to do, this is my card on the fly. I am going to take these deckled dies again. I'm going to take two different sizes. So this is my number 4 and number 5 as I number those. And let me just see if this is going to work. I have an idea, so let me grab a piece of white. Yep, that's going to work. Okay, so we're going to leave that. I'm going to take, let's see, what do I want to use here? Okay, I'm going to use the pebble path this time. So the first thing I need is my base. This idea is in my head right now, so whether it works or not, only time will tell. Okay, Deb. So I'm going to cut this in half. I'm going to score it. There we go. I'm going to take, let's see, this piece here. I'm going to switch to pebble path. And a piece of blotter paper. Doing this any which way because I'm not even sure how this is going to work. But I do want that on the edges. I think this was one of the first things I ever learned how to stamp, was something like, you know, a vintage look where you could just stamp everything all over. You're not going to see most of that. All right, so let's bring in some paper for the pebbled path. That one will work. What else? I'm looking for some pieces. Oh, this one will work. Okay, these two will work. Get that out of the way. All right, so this one is going to be the large circle. Let's bring that in. You love my cards on the fly? Well, thank you, because I never know how they're going to come out. So we're doing this together. So I hope you all saw the photos that I took of my craft room updated. I will be doing a video. Whoop, that didn't quite get the end, so I need the whole thing. Let me take this back out for a second. I will be doing a video. My problem is once I get it cleaned up to take the pictures, I started working in here. So it's a total disaster again. But then I thought I might as well do the video the way it actually always looks. Okay, so there's that one piece. Now I'm going to take the other side, the other piece with the smaller one. I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. You love my craft room? Thank you, Jean. You'll have to come over someday and see it. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way it came out. And I think Reggie would approve that I did a pretty good job. Okay. So here's my card. Let's see. We're going to take this piece. And what we're actually going to do is cut that in half also. So by cutting it in half, or pretty much in half. So this is 4 and 4.5. I'm going to do it right about here. Whoop. You can make 2 cards. I'm going to use that one. We're going to do the same thing with this one. Just eyeball it. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to layer that right there. Right on the edge. And I'm going to grab this one. Yeah, the words are upside down, but it's okay. Actually, I could do it this way, and the words will be the right side up. I'm going to put that right in there. I am going to grab this foil paper again. And I am going to cut these images out. So you see I have this for another card, and I can flip those around and do it this way for my next card if I wanted to make another card. Ah, you think he would have approved? Yeah, I think he would have too. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have this beautiful room down here. Truth be told, he did my craft room years ago for me down here, and he said it was so I had a place to craft, which I believe him. But I think it was also because when us stampers get together, you know how noisy we can be. I'm going to just cut these out. Not sure which ones I'm going to use yet. So I'm just going to cut them all out. And then we'll take this one right here. He was definitely my biggest supporter in my stamping. I'm going to bring these 3 in. So let's cut this one out first. So on this, you could actually use the larger dies too, if you want more of the paper to show. Since this was a card on the fly, I wasn't sure how big I could go, but now I know I could go a little larger if I wanted to. Take that one out. And we'll do this one. Remember, all the links will be below when I'm done. I will also add the links for that my glue press, and also Stamp and Storage, where you can get those plastic holders for your paper. I love them because I just have to look through there and get my scraps, so I can use up a lot of scraps. Okay, we need one more die here. This one right here. We'll cut this one out. think that's all I'm going to use, but we shall see. Well, I need a sentiment, so let's do that. While we have that here, grab another piece of white. I just saw something over on the side here that I might use. Maybe. We'll see. Might be too much. I'm not sure. Okay, so I have the sentiment die. I just dropped it. Okay, I have this piece of gold right here. I might want to use that. Not sure. Let's see if this cuts out on that. This is that long die. Don't know if that's going to work. But I just thought it would look pretty. We'll see. Nathan, I would love for you to come and see it in person. Look me up when you're in New York. Okay. So I use that die too. Let's pop this out. So now I have all the things I think I want to use. This didn't quite cut out. That's all right. I'm going to rip it. All right. I'm going to snip it. Let's bring that card back in. It kind of, you can't really see that. I might put it on that side. Let's put these together and see. First thing I want to do is really give this a good burnishing. I don't know that it really needs that piece. What do you think? We'll leave that aside for a second. I just saw it sitting over there and decided to cut it out. Might not even need that one, because I really want that paper, the beautiful paper, to show. Okay, so I like that. So I am going to glue this down flat, so I am going to use my glue press for that. Lay this all the way up here. Remember, that was just the background. This one, I'm going to pop up with dimensionals, give it a little 3D look. Hey, I'm just playing here. Playing along with you. Add that down here. So I have the sentiment, which I think I'm going to put right there, but now I'm thinking maybe, do I want to use this? Oh, yeah. How about that? Yep, that's what I'm going to use. All right, so I am going to snip this off right here. I can tuck it behind there because you're not going to see it. Add a little glue here. No, not at all. Anybody can come to my classes. Anybody can join my online classes. Customers, friends, demonstrators. My classes are open to everyone. Thank you for asking, Joanne. I live in the Hudson Valley, Staatsburg, New York. So if you're familiar with that area, that's where I'm from. Okay, so we're just going to leave that down. We're going to take this. It's going to go right there, but of course I want to use some of that faux trim again. So first I'm going to stamp this. And this one I'm going to put, so sorry. I'm going to bring in my blotter paper. And again, just want that to have a little bit of a background, so I think I'll use this one. I'm going to stamp that one off twice. I really just want a little bit of dimension back there. I'm just throwing things on the floor here. Funny story, years ago I used to do my classes upstairs in my dining room and living room, and I used to tell everybody, the scraps and everything, just throw them on the floor. Reggie will clean them up later. And believe it or not, he did. He used to come down and sweep and vacuum all the little pieces up. Down here, it's a little bit easier for me. I'm going to add that right there. Add that right there. What do you think? Let's add some of those cork pieces, which are now buried. So I'll just open up the second one. They're buried somewhere. You're in Greene County, okay. Yes, definitely. Sign up for my newsletter if you haven't already, and you'll know when I have my next class, in-person class, is actually February 13th, which is a Tuesday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Snow day, I hate to say that, but is going to be that Thursday. I do limit the seats to 12 so that we're not too crowded. So definitely look it up. What do you think? Not bad for a card on the fly, huh? And then, of course, we want to do the inside. So we're going to grab the pebbled path. That's kind of dark, but that's okay. And I lost my blotter paper. It fell on the floor, so let me grab another sheet. There, you can sign whatever you want. Okay, I'm going to use my stamp and seal for this, which just ran out. So we're going back to the liquid glue. I don't feel like changing that right now. This is going to go on the inside. You're really starting to like this suite more and more. There's my card on the fly, but of course we do need an envelope. Let's see if we have an envelope anywhere back here. Well, let me get some new envelopes out, because you have to have a matching envelope. It's like matching your shoes and your pocketbook. And let's see, here again I have that piece left over. So this time I'm going to use this side. And again, don't feel like changing my stamp and seal right now, so I'm going to use the liquid glue. I'm going to go ahead and put that right here, so I have less scraps. And we have the matching envelope for that. Gotta have matching envelopes. Okay, and we're gonna go with, I'm gonna do this again. Stamp it off once. Can you tell I love this stamp? And then we'll do this one. And now we have another matching envelope. So let's bring in the cards. You know what I'm going to ask. Which one's your favorite? We have this one, the card on the fly. Inka says she can't afford my in-person classes because of the cost of the flight from the Netherlands. This is very true, Inka. But you're going to, and that's true. You can't do the online classes either. Well, if you're ever in the States, let me know. So there we have that belly band card, gatefold, as I would call it. And we have this one. So all the still shots will be on my blog later today. And let me just bring in those other ones that I had done already. So this is one that I did earlier. This one. We have this one. And of course this right here. And then, last but not least, our one sheet wonder. Tell me which one's your favorite. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Karen. I hope you enjoyed today's Fun Fold Friday. And I will update all the links shortly. And the still shots will be on my blog, stampersdelight.com. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And thank you for watching.